We need to get more people coming forward with their complaints, and we need to handle those complaints better so that that experience reflects back to the rest of service personnel and they can understand that the system can help them.
That's Mariette Hughes, the Service Complaints Ombudsman for the Armed Forces. It's her job to hold the service complaint system to account. And that means if a member of the Armed Forces or a veteran feels like their complaint isn't being taken seriously or handled properly, she can do something to help. I came to London to sit down with her in her office to find out how her first 2 years in the job have gone. So in last year's report, you said that the system wasn't efficient, effective and fair. Has that changed?
Interesting question, because we're always asked this, and I feel like I'm always saying, yes, it has changed, it is improving, but it is correct to say that the system isn't yet efficient, effective or fair. There are a number of metrics that we use that go into that, and some aspects of the system are performing better than others. I think things we're really pleased with that have come into play over the last year is the introduction of centralised admissibility. So the chain of command have now been removed from the decision-making process on whether or not a complaint can be looked at. And that's really helped people, I think. It gives that sense that, you know, there's not going to be bias in the decision-making. It's going to be somebody completely disconnected from the complaint who is deciding whether or not it can be investigated. And we're starting to see that lead to improved volumes. And that sounds very strange to say improved volumes. You know, as the Ombudsman, I'm actually in favour of more complaints. I'm in favour of more people coming forward with the issues that are affecting them, because we can't fix them if we can't see them.
And in relation to the number of women and ethnic minorities making complaints, they are overrepresented. Yeah. Is that improving, and how are you helping to stop that?
So again, we're still putting together the stats for this year's annual report, but it looks like we have similar levels of overrepresentation that we've reported on in previous years, where female personnel, black and minority ethnic personnel are overrepresented within the service complaint system. And within those complaints, they're also overrepresented within bullying, harassment, discrimination type complaints. So the proportions of complaints that they are raising are weighted differently. Now that's probably quite natural because they are the protected characteristics that you would expect to see discrimination and harassment complaints being raised about. But we still don't understand enough about how the culture is operating and what is giving rise to those complaints. We still have an open recommendation from a previous annual report which was about understanding the root causes of those individuals' treatment, their experiences and why they are raising complaints. But that recommendation also goes further into how can we make it safer for those people to fully enjoy their careers and to raise complaints where they have to make sure that this behaviour is stamped out. So until we're satisfied that all of those aspects of the recommendation have been closed, it will remain open and it will remain something that my office is focused on.
And you are one of a small number of women in a senior position within Defence. So what message do you hope that sends out?
It is still quite strange thinking of myself as a senior leader within Defence because my office is so independent. But I think it's safe to say that when I took on this role, I don't think I'm what anyone in MOD expected of a 3-star level or a 3-star role. But I think that's a good thing. I think it's really important that we can demonstrate what leadership looks like in all sorts of different contexts. You know, we have to learn to embrace different leadership styles, different appearances, and so I quite enjoy it when I go on visits and people are a little bit shocked to find, 6'2", shaven-headed, heavily tattooed VIP visitor coming. I think that's really important because actually, I say again, people are just people, and I think we have been too focused on this is what leadership looks like or this is who you have to be to succeed within this environment. Hopefully, by being a female leader within Defence and within that environment, I can help to demonstrate that anybody can do it, and it doesn't matter what you look like, where you come from. It's about merit, it's about what you bring to the role, and I think that's only ever a positive thing.
Well, we're expecting the next annual report from the Service Complaints Ombudsman around about April, and that should detail the latest figures and trends. Claire Sadler, Forces News, London.